Hi, everybody. I have invited well, actually, no, not all my team, because a couple of people couldn't make it last minute. So I've got a couple of lovely American ladies here as well. But I just wanted to come together to share some testimonials about the magic wand, because every day, all of us are hearing lots of magic that's happening. And we're going to start tonight with Claire Thompson. So we're going to do just a round table sharing your amazing testimonials. So Claire, far away, what happened with you? I was amazed when I heard.
Well, Steve brought this to my attention because Steve's got like stomach cancer, and he knows I've been suffering with an enormous amount of pain. I've been ill for the last 4 years. Have been really intense. I'm actually now awaiting brain scan for neurological disorders, but I have been diagnosed with arthritic hips, which the doctor rang me the next day and went, "Oh my God, you've got this like arthritis really bad." And I was thinking, I can't walk my dogs because I've got to get a disability scooter. I'm in so much pain. I've had all these small operations like epidural nerve blocks because of a thing going on in my neck. But my body was like breaking down basically. And I've been in so much pain. Steve has seen me screaming with pain, and he knows me. I've been married to the guy, and he was just like, "This is just not you." So when he came to me with this science, I was like, you know what? Steve looks into these things very, very carefully. And I actually looked at the science and I believed in the science. So I said, okay, I've got all this pain going from my right hip all the way down my leg. It's unbearable. I'm on such a lot of heavy medication. And I've got these now 2 hips, my right one the worst, with all this pain, and thinking I'm going to have to get a mobility scooter. I've got other things going on with my body that are just unbelievable. I'm in a real depression as well. I can't tell you the extent of the pain in my body. So anyway, I just went, you know what? I believe in the science and I understand the science. And even though I don't believe I'm that clever, I actually am. But I looked it all up and I understood it, and I went, right, please help me. Because if Steve says something, I know that like it's working for me. It's going to work for me. So Steve got his wand, he came round, and he did all the chakras, meridian and everything. It took a long time, and I'm very much like, I'm all in. So immediately I said, after we've done all those, I want to do like 20 minutes on each of my hips. I want to do 20 minutes on my whole back, and I want to like understand how this is going to help me. The very next day, I can honestly say to you, I got up and I could walk. I have been climbing up my stairs on my hands and knees, okay? And to get out of my bed and not have to think about every step I take, I could not walk down the road without watching every step I took in case I fell over. Because if I fell over, I didn't even know if I was going to get up. I spoke to a friend of mine about getting a mobility scooter to walk my dogs. That's how much pain I've been in. And that's just not me. I've done full contact fighting. I've done so much in my life. I've been in a men's football team. I have always been so strong. Nothing is going to get me down. But this has put me to the pits. And I'll tell you what now. Do you want to see me do a high leg kick now?
Yeah.
I can do that. I can do that.
How many weeks? How many weeks have you been using it, darling? Only 3 weeks, isn't it?
3 weeks. 3 weeks. I don't even know if I could position this for you. Let me see. And I'll show you.
Oh, I love it. I love it.
Okay, here we go.
Wow.
I'll tell you what, if you asked me to do that 3 weeks ago, I'd tell you to go somewhere very unpleasant. But I've now looked into going back to my taekwondo. I feel like I'm 30 years old. I've always been 30 years old in my head. It's never going to change. My kids, my oldest child is 40 years old. I'm 62 this year. And even my children say, can't keep up with you, Mum.
Wow.
You know. And
that testimonial is, Ziggy, what are you doing? The dog's trying to get something. That testimonial is phenomenal. And Steve did let me know that you've kind of gone back to work because you were on disability.
Absolutely. I mean, I am on restricted hours, and I intend to stay that way, because what I want to do is follow up with all the appointments that I've got, like for neurological tests, for the other X-rays and MRIs for my hips, because then I'm just going to like confound them with like, look, I found this.
Yeah.
Why isn't this being used? And I want to
Good luck
like
with that one.
whatever,
Yeah.
you know, I mean,
It's
just been,
amazing.
for me, it's been absolutely miraculous.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Claire. I really appreciate you sharing that. And we're going to just go round. We're going to go round, but that's just the most incredible testimony. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you.
Just incredible.
Can't believe I
Amazing.
did the high leg kick.
That was some testimonial actually demonstrating your high leg kick, I've got to say.
Thank you. I'm glad.
Bless you. Bless you. Cynthia, thank you, lovely. Cynthia, what happened with you? I saw your testimonial. I thought, oh, that lady's amazing. Tell us your story, darling. Just a couple of minutes each is fine, everybody.
A friend of mine introduced me to this and gave me a treatment in early June. And I've always wanted to be in the field of healing. I was a Reiki master, and but I've been a teacher for 23 years. And I just took a leave and decided to do this. And I don't have any illnesses per se, but the first thing I noticed was I was sitting in the car with my daughter, and I could hear her talking to me. I haven't heard out of my right ear in years. I can't even tell you. I've always broke my eardrum when I was 17, and I guess all the scar tissue is just so built up in there that I don't hear out of my right ear. And it was quite frustrating because she would always be in the car with me and I couldn't hear her, but I could hear her. And then I noticed little things over time, like I had a nail that was split vertically, so it would have to break like all the way down in the skin because it's not split anymore. I had a very bad shaking in my hands, especially at night, and I would have trouble like eating soup because my hands would shake. That's gone. And I've lost weight. And then I noticed that my hair stopped coming in gray. I mean, I still have a couple, but it's been like I would dye my hair every 4 or 5 weeks, and it's been almost 12 weeks now, and I haven't, this is the first time I've seen my actual brown, like auburn brown, coming in. And I don't know, you can't see it, but this is the dyed part, and this is my natural colors coming back in. And I don't
Cynthia, I've got to tell you right now, I'm feeling emotional and tingly because I've only had my wand for 3 weeks. Okay. I've sold over 70 of them, and your story is the first time I've actually witnessed somebody for real as we can get here on Zoom, share that story. And I'm just thinking the amount of women are going to hear those words, and just it's going to change their lives. Just that alone, not having to dye their hair, I mean, I'm 61. I haven't actually gone grey, which is weird, but my sister was grey in her 20s, and this affects so many women in particular that want to dye their hair still. What an incredible story.
Thank you.
And the hearing, how quickly did the hearing come?
It had to be within 12 hours. Wow. I was just like, something happened, she said something, and I was like, how did I hear that? And then I just started, and then I noticed, like, when, let's say the TV's on in bed and I want to lay down and my husband's watching TV, I would just put this ear into the pillow and I couldn't hear anything. And now I don't have that option anymore, which is kind of frustrating, but I'll take it, because it's just been like little things that I've noticed. I don't have to sleep with a pillow between my knees because my hips don't hurt when I sleep anymore. I'm sleeping amazingly, and I've had trouble sleeping for 14 years. I've been on medication to sleep for 14 years. And I've helped my daughter with her skin, with her back pain, with her cycles. I help my husband with his back pain. He has, you know, throughout his lower back, and he's fine. And it's just been wonderful to be able to help people. It's
I
been
feel
a dream
so
come true.
joyful. I think anyone listening to you today, tonight, whenever they listen to it, wherever they are, is going to feel themselves filled with joy hearing that story. That's
Thank
just
you.
great.
It
Thank you
really
so much.
does reverse the aging process, because I have the henna here. I always used henna. I'm not a chemical person, and I'm just like, well, I don't think I need it yet. I don't think I need it yet. And then I noticed, wait a minute, like it's coming in naturally again. It's coming in my natural color. So
Wow.
I put it out there, and here we are.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
so
much for
much for
having me.
coming on and sharing that story. Thank you, Cynthia. And I know that Claire had to go, but the rest of you are very welcome to stay on, please. Danielle, what's your story? Oh, we can't hear you, lovely. You need to unmute yourself.
Because I can't, when I go on, because I can't see, have I gone?
No, we can hear you and we can see you, darling.
Okay, well, I can't see you, but that's fine. I don't mind, and I
okay.
can't see myself, and I'm happy about that as well. So just tell me if you can see up my nose or not, because I can't actually
I will.
see. But maybe it's a good thing that I can't see myself, and I'll feel more better to talk. But yeah, so I had kind of a bit of a spiritual awakening, as in my psoriasis was so bad, and I had cancer last year and gallstones and lots of problems, and I really was quite ill at one stage. But what's been blighting me this year is the psoriasis has been literally taken me over, and I've since the cancer been trying lots of holistic ways to. I've always been into healing and helping myself and stuff, but find that some of the people that I've been to see basically have said, right, well, you need to be on a completely vegan diet. I've tried cutting out gluten. I've tried cutting out absolutely everything, cutting out alcohol, you know, even the odd cigarette. As in I gave up smoking, and then I'm having the odd one, and everybody's going, oh my God, you know, you're going to die. But I saw you on Facebook somehow, and was like, I really felt connected to you, and I thought I really must friend request this lady. And I don't normally do that or feel that with people I don't know, that I've never met before. And then I saw you talking about the wand, and at that time my cousin then sent me a link to the same thing, the magic wand, about her friend who's had skin conditions, and I was like, oh, it's a sign. And so I then contacted you and said, could you explain a bit more? And obviously I've had mine, just over 3 weeks. I don't know, my brain's got a bit foggy, menopause and all that. But I'm shocked and amazed and very excited about how and what it's done for me and for my skin. I've definitely got more energy. I have been seeing saw a homeopath before I got the wand as well. So I'm not saying that it's all completely the wand. I think it's a bit of everything.
So what actually happened to your psoriasis that was so bad when you started doing the wand?
What happened? Well, no, it was so unsightly. I've got it everywhere. But it was all over my hands, it was over my elbows. I mean, I don't know, because I can't see obviously what I'm showing you. But I was covered all over my hands, it was all over my torso, my back of my legs, backwards and forwards to the doctors, phoning them, saying, I need to see someone. And they're like, oh no, can't get an appointment.
So basically now, so what you're saying is your skin and your psoriasis has got a lot better over 3 weeks?
Oh my God. It's like I'm like a different person.
Wow.
It's more or less disappeared off of my hands. My elbows a little bit, but nothing like that. They were cracking and bleeding. I couldn't put my elbows down on the couch because I was in so much pain. I'd actually started writing. I'd phoned the doctor in tears so many times and said, even though I don't want to go on steroids, I didn't want to go on the methotrexate, which is basically a cancer drug to stop your immune system working.
Mm.
And that's a lot of people with bad psoriasis take that. And I've always said, look, it's a skin condition. It's not going to kill me. So I don't want to take that. And after having cancer last year and not having chemotherapy and not having radiotherapy and being basically a lot of doctors thinking I was mad and a lot of people thought I was mad because I said,
well, I don't think you're mad, darling, and I'm going to thank
you.
you very, very much, and really honour you on your journey, you know, and in your journey of health and wellness.
Yeah, well, I just think I'm really, I mean, obviously not just me. There's a few people I've done it to. My mum, bless her, of 81, who doesn't normally take anything unless it's prescribed by a doctor or from a chemist in a box, and she's. Now I've wandered her now 4 times. She went away, apart from the second time after doing it, she got up and did 2 hours of ironing. She hadn't picked up an iron because of her rheumatoid arthritis for years.
Send around here.
I know. I'm going to send my ironing round there. Trust me. And then she went away for the weekend with her her toy boy, and she said I danced all weekend. I couldn't believe it, and I've no pain and anything, and she's got so much energy. So, and even she's been drinking the water, which I didn't think she'd ever do. So, I'm really excited about it, really. And I feel like I can't narrate or express my excitement enough.
Right, listen here, just stand up, Danielle.
Okay.
Stand up. Come on, I teach this. Yeah.
Okay, I'm standing.
Dance your excitement.
I'm going dancing now, actually.
we need to express, girls and boys.
Okay, I'm really excited.
And this is frequency. This is frequency healing.
No, I've been amazed, and I'm trying to. It's given me
calm.
so much more. Yeah, and it's given me so much more passion to sort of start networking again and start helping people.
Yeah.
And using what I've learned over 52 years of sort of being a hairdresser and trying to help people, and I'm amazed about the whole colour thing, because I've stopped using colour myself and even doing colours for others, because I believe that my cancer was a lot to do with colours, which the pharmaceutical industries don't tell you about, obviously, because the molecules penetrate the scalp, and if they're not washed away and you don't drink enough water while you're having the treatment, over years of using, can cause all sorts of cancers. So I'm very interested about the fact.
Yeah, that's really interesting. We could do a whole video sometime just purely on sort of cosmetics and all those, you know.
Oh, definitely. No, I think it's
stuff.
amazing. And even my mum said to me today, I went round and gave her another treatment. So I go round and do a cleaning as well and things. Well, I'm not doing a ironing, that's for sure. But she said to me, I even think I look younger. And I've never even said to her about the younger bit. And I went, yeah, you do, Mum. And it is amazing.
Fantastic. Danielle, so happy to hear you. And you sound so much brighter and more confident than when before the wand was here. We spoke on the phone.
Yeah, definitely.
I can feel that passion in your frequency and your vibration, that and that's what happens when we feel alive and well, I
feel like me again.
Yeah.
Like even before the cancer, even before, it's definitely lifted my anxiety, my depression. I mean, I think, if I'm being brutally honest, I think a mixture of the fact that the sun's been shining, and so I've been able to really rest. I've just had I'm gonna move on to Deborah next, but
I just had this conversation. I've just had a conversation with Stephen Keller, who's one of the top salespeople in the Altera Magic Wand. Yeah, Altera Care Magic Wand, and we had this very conversation, that what you've just mentioned, that this is very much a vibrational consciousness that we're working with, and we can never ever just pin anything to one thing, but what it's doing is it's raising the frequency and working very, very holistically. Thank you so much, my darling.
No problem. No problem.
Thank you for sharing. Deborah from America. Deborah, what's your story?
How are you?
Good. Even better hearing all these testimonies.
Oh my goodness, do I have one? First, I'll start off by a month ago is when our friend introduced it to us. He came over and he wanded my husband and my son. After he got through wanding my son, he was his neck, he couldn't turn his head. He had severe headaches. And so after he did his hands and feet and back, and then he did his neck and the top of his head, so he stood up and he was just in shock. And so he could turn his head, and he goes, I don't understand this. He goes, my headache's gone. And then my husband has arthritis real bad in his hands. And after he wanted him, they got immediate results. He could close his hands and he was just floored. He was ecstatically happy. Right then, I knew I wanted in the business because I saw what it did for my son. He was in the worst pain physically that I could see. So I jumped in and we started using the wand, I'd say maybe 4 weeks. I can't keep up with the timeline. And I wasn't doing it consistently right at first. But 1 week I did. And then that following week, I had a kidney doctor appointment. And I got to tell you this before I tell you about the gout.
You go, girl.
I had a kidney doctor appointment, and my numbers went up, which is a good thing, by a few points. And I told him what I was doing. And I said, I am so excited about this product. I'd really love to come back and see you next month, but I don't have the money and the insurance won't cover it. He goes, I'm real interested, so we'll make you an appointment for 3 months. So I have 2 more months to go, and I cannot wait for those numbers. Well, fast forward to Sunday, a few days ago, I woke up and I was almost in tears because I had the beginnings of a gout attack. I've had these for over 10 years, and I hate taking medicines. I do not like man-made medicines. They do so much wrong. Not all of them, but I just didn't want on allopurinol. So I fought it. And so I woke up and I had the tingling sensation, and it was touchy. And I thought, no, not again. So I got real serious about the wanding, drank lots of wanded water, did a protocol in the morning and at night, my hands, my feet, my head, my neck, my spine, and I focused on the foot. Well, at the beginning, if anybody has gout, they understand your next 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to be in major pain. And I wrote that little testimonial. It's like you want to cut your foot off because it is so excruciating, and nothing can take that pain away. You just sit there. I screamed. I cried. My husband just felt so bad for me the time before. So I was getting really kind of down. And I thought, no, this wand's going to work. And I said, thank you, God, for my healing. So the next morning I got up and I wanded real good. Oh, let me back up. Sunday night, I did the wanding. And so I had to go use the restroom several times because I drank a lot of water. And I had to use the crutches once to get there and back. And I went back to sleep. And the next morning, Monday morning, I woke up. I didn't have to use the crutches. But my foot was still a little bit inflamed on one side of the ankle. On the other side, it was a little bit swollen, and I couldn't put pressure on it. I couldn't walk. So I had to use my cane, and that was okay. It was like I wasn't on crutches. And so a little bit later, I did the water, wanded my foot again. I didn't have to use the cane. The gout was still there, but it was nothing like any attack I have ever felt. It was like the next day was like the beginning of a gout attack. Usually the next day you're down. It is full blown. Your foot is swollen like a balloon, full of heat, redness. I mean, you need ice packs. I didn't use one ice pack. I did take some Motrin, and I did put CBD oil on it, and I took some CBD drops. But and then that night, Monday night, I did everything again, focused on that foot. Tuesday morning, still the same. It's not blown up. And I'm like going, oh my gosh, I got to write about this because, like I said, anybody who suffers with gout, they're dying for some information to get rid of this.
Mm.
So Tuesday night, it was a little bit more inflamed, but I could still walk without a cane. And this is day 4. The redness is going away. I can put on my shoes and walk, and the swelling is going down. And I want to scream at the mountaintops that, oh my gosh, this wand is working.
Wow.
So it's just, I'm ecstatic about it.
I can feel it. I can feel it. And I, you know, when you describe the pain, like that, people don't understand until you're in that kind of pain. You know? And hearing you share that, it's just oh my God, it's just incredible. It's incredible and it's wonderful. And I'm so happy for you.
Thank you. And it's funny because I say I'm excited about this gout attack, you know, and it sounds crazy, but it's like I have a testimony now that this wand is working. This is a miracle in itself.
Yeah.
It's just unbelievable.
Yeah. We're all using that word miracle. There is no other word. It's a miracle, and we deserve miracles. We are a miracle, you know, and we are actually connecting to the abundance and the health that is us already. You know, we've been so far removed from who we really are. We're coming back into wholeness through the power of frequency healing.
Yes.
It's incredible. Thank you so much for sharing your story.
So you're so welcome. I can't wait to, hopefully in 2 months, I'll post again of my results.
We want to hear that. You'll have to come back, please, and share your results.
Definitely, I will.
No pressure.
Well, thank you for inviting me.
You're so welcome. You're so welcome. It's so lovely. I've never worked online before. You know, I'm now teaching. I shut my Pilates and yoga studio. I live in it. All my work is online now. I mean, I'm not used to talking to people across the pond. I'm really not. I've had my clients for 35 years, and I now teach them online a bit of Pilates and yoga, but this is a whole new world for me. So it's amazing to connect with you guys.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Steve, last but not least, lovely Steve. We went up to a meeting, didn't we, Steve, to Glastonbury at the weekend. We had an amazing time.
Yes, we did. Lovely
What
time.
is your testimonial, my lovely?
Well, about 20 years ago, I had an operation on the back of my one of my knees, and from that operation, they cut through some nerves and God knows what else. My left leg from the knee downwards has always been a lot bigger than the right leg, should I say, because it's always been holding water. And then, of course, a load of really dark varicose veins appeared on my leg. And that leg has always given me trouble, especially with the swelling around the ankle, you know, or the other ankle is much smaller than this one. And since I've been wanding this ankle and this leg, the veins have basically nearly all disappeared, and the swelling in the leg is going as well. It's not there 100%, but I've only been doing it about 3.5, 4 weeks. But you know, it's just amazing that what's happening already.
It's actually 3 weeks that our one's arrived, I believe. 3 weeks. That's all it is.
And the other thing is, right, when I got the wand, because I've got cancer, right? When I got the wand, I decided, when I saw the doctor in the hospital, I said, I'm going to try having no cancer drugs. And he wasn't very happy about it, but I convinced him in the end. I said, give me a month, because I wanted to try this wand with no drugs, see what happens. And every day I do an hour with the wand, especially around the chest and stomach where this cancer is. And to be honest with you, I feel great.
Massive respect to you, Steve, for choosing that. Massive respect.
So this Friday, I'll go back to the doctors for more blood tests, and I'll see if there's any movement in results. You know, with a wand. You know, with a thing like cancer, it might take me 2 or 3 months of wanding every day for an hour. I don't know how long it's going to take with something like cancer,
Mm.
because it's internal rather than on the skin like the leg thing. But I'm determined to get better with this wand, and I drink tons of the water,
Mm.
and I try and have a good diet most of the time, and we're just going to see what happens.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
really, really excited for you. And you say just the skin, but everything comes from
Yeah, I
within.
know.
All of it comes from within. And you know, whether it's cancer or diabetes or ulcerative colitis or arthritis, you know, it's all coming from a body that is having, you know, an inflammatory response to a stress. And again, we spoke about this just now with Stephen Keller, that you know, the importance of, you know, having our nervous system in a really good place where we're taking care of ourselves and we're nourishing ourselves with good quality water, you know, the wanding the water, eating a healthy diet, making sure that we've got as little stress as possible in our lives, and all of these things, you know. And I myself have been on an incredible healing journey over the last 25 years, since having you know, PSTD, and having to change my lifestyle. And for me, this magic wand is kind of like the icing on the cake now. And hearing all these testimonials daily is just blowing my mind. It really is. It's miracles are happening. And I just want to thank all of you very much for sharing your stories, because I'm a great believer in sharing. I do believe that sharing is caring. And I think if we have something incredible like this happening, we need to tell people, we need to share the wonders of this magic wand right now, the healing of the future, which is in frequency. Yeah.
Definitely.
Thank you so much, lovelies. My battery's going.
Yeah,
big
I've
love,
got to go
everyone.
as well.
Take
But
care.
thank you ever so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Big love.
for your
you.
everybody. God
Thank
bless.
you. God bless.
Thank
God
you.
bless.
Bye. Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.